Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my very first Transformers action figure video review. And to kick off this channel, I have with me the Bumblebee Movie Studio Series Voyager Class Blitzwing. I'm really happy to have this figure. I've been looking forward to having him ever since we first saw those images of him online, and I think he looks amazing. As you can see here, he's got a very nice G1 looking Seeker head sculpt. I remember that when we first saw the previews for the Bumblebee movie, a lot of people were not happy that they made Blitzwing into a Seeker. In fact, everyone thought this was Starscream because he really does look like Starscream. Personally, I thought maybe he was Blitzwing. Personally, I thought he was Ramjet. But once we finally saw the movie and everyone saw how great this character was, no one really cared that it was not Starscream. No one really cared anymore that it was Blitzwing, even though in G1 Blitzwing was not a Seeker. I think everyone was just happy to see a Transformer that was actually recognizable as a Transformer. I mean, that's the beauty of Travis Knight's work. He gave us a film that was very G1 accurate. And so, of course, really good looking G1 Seeker head sculpt. Black for the head, nice bright red, orange for the eyes, and silver on the face with some gold tips right here on the mouth section here. I guess it's supposed to look like the oxygen masks that fighter jet pilots wear. Really nice. And he's got a lot of gray plastic all around. Not much going on the back there. Yellow for the cockpit section, and yellow for the fake section of the cockpit. Some red here and there. I mean, at least the gray looks good. Nice, dark, charcoal-looking gray on the shoulders. And that gray doesn't match on all parts, of course. But it's still good. I still like it. And at least the backpack section cleans up nice and neatly. You can angle the wings however way you want. I like to leave them angled back a bit to give them more of a screen accurate look. Anyway, his arms, really good bend right there. His head can do a full 360. Just be careful that you don't scrape the paint right there on the mouth section when you turn it. His hands, they can swivel. This one here can open and close. I guess maybe so you can recreate that scene in the movie where he transforms and just grabs Bumblebee. That's cool. This one doesn't open or close. This one's just stationary. You can, however, swap out the hands so you can replace it with the weapon he used to rip out Bumblebee's voice chip. And this one actually has some really good details right there. It just looks like his hand just turned into the weapon, and I do like that. That's really cool. You can also swap it out over here as well, but I prefer to leave it right here on the left arm. Then you can also place his gun right there as well. Just plug it in, and now he's got his weapon. That's really cool. And I do love that they actually gave it silver touch right here on the cannon. Nice, shiny chrome silver. And it does look like his arm also transformed into the gun, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, back to the articulation. His leg can move up and bend at 90 degrees right there at the knee. I guess you can say the feet, this is part of the transformation, but this can count as an ankle tilt. That actually works. He's a very poseable figure. That's what I do love about him. He's very poseable. So you can put him in different super cool battle poses. There you go. So now, let's transform him. First thing that I like to do is just knock off the bombs, straighten out the wings, angle these parts down, and then just untap the back section here because that's going to come undone no matter what. So the first thing we're going to work on here is the chest. I'm going to lift up that whole section there, bring down the cockpit, take his head, and just bring it down. Close that up. And just leave that sitting down for now. Bring up his arms, and then rotate his hands forward. I think this is how it's supposed to be done. The hands rotate forward. Next, we're going to come down here, rotate his legs 180. So that way the tail fins are facing you. Get the feet, angle them up, and then just rotate the fake landing gear toes inside. Take the tail fins and rotate. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Take the intersection and just rotate it out. Then take the tail fins and rotate them inside. Then you can fuse the legs together. And you can angle the back tail fin however way you want, straight or angle down. This is more screen accurate, so I'm going to leave it like that. Let's leave the tail fin straight up for now. And we're going to take this panel right here on the inside and just rotate it out and bring this whole back section down. Now that we have the space, we can open up the back tail fin. Okay. Now we're going to work on this, excuse me, on this upper section here. Rotate that out. And then this whole section is going to rotate over. Now, as you can see, there is a slot right here. That slot right here is going to tab right into here. So, rotate it over and just push it in. Push it in on both sides. And what I recommend doing before this next step is take the fake landing gear toes and bring them back up again. This is the easiest way to do this that I've noticed. Then you're going to take the arms, rotate them in, take this panel and rotate it out. Make sure the hand is up like that. Bring that panel in, and then you just have to wedge it right here. Kind of wedge it in like so. Same thing on the other side. Take the hand, make sure it's facing you, the palm. Take the panel, rotate it out, and then just fold up the arm and try to get it wedged into this panel as best as possible. Let me do that again so I can get that on camera. Just rotate it in and wedge it in as best as you possibly can. There you go. Now you can just rotate the fake landing gear toes back into place. Last but not least, we're going to take the nose cone, bring it down, tab it into place, and you want to rotate the nose cone clockwise. Because it will not turn counterclockwise, it will only turn clockwise. Next, take the bombs. Oh, first, before that, you want to take these little bits here and rotate them in. Then take the bombs and just plug them in right here. And you can take the weapon and just plug it right there underneath the tail fin. And now, just get the landing gear out. And there you go. There is the Bumblebee Movie Studio Series Blitzwing in his jet mode. And I love this jet mode. I know it's not the most screen accurate, everyone's been saying that, but it still looks really cool in my opinion. I do love it. I do love it. And it's a decent size for a Voyager class figure. It is a really decent size for a Voyager. And of course on the bottom, you know, it's a Decepticon Seeker. Okay, they're going to have all of that robot junk just hanging out underneath. But the good thing is you can take the weapon and just plug it in right there. And that just covers up all of that hollow mess. And I love that. I love that. Now it just looks like it's another part of the undercarriage. I love that. It looks so cool. So, unfortunately, having the gun under there doesn't really let him sit too nicely. Kind of does get in the way, but the wheels don't even roll anyway, so it doesn't matter. He's just designed to stay there. Camera a little lower. Oh, okay. So yeah, there he is in his jet mode, and you can open up the cockpit if you want. Just look at the back of his head, it's right there. So yeah, there is Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Blitzwing. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This is my very first review. I'm not the best at this. I'm still learning as I go, but you know, I enjoyed making this review. It was pretty fun. So, what do I think of him? I still think he is an amazing figure. I definitely think he is worth picking up. I mean, he's not perfect, but there's no such thing as the perfect action figure. If you love him, pick him up. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time on my next review.